Hey, I'm Angie for Happy Healthy Vegan, and I'm back with another weekly quarantine vlog. So last week and this week cannot be more different. We're having a heat wave right now, which is why I'm wearing my tank top, but last week it was foggy. Now, it wasn't foggy everywhere. I understand it was hot in LA, but here in Long Beach, we actually heard the fog horns going like for several days and nights in a row. And on other days it was cloudy and the sun would come out sometimes, but I think there was maybe one full day of sun last week. Crazy. So I'm glad that what I ended up doing last week is spending a lot of time in the kitchen, because today is way too hot and I don't want to be in there at all, but I got a lot of work done on completing things that I had missing for the cookbook. So, not only do I come up with the recipes, but I also do all the photography. So I need to make and plate the food and take good pictures of it. And some of the things I had recipes, but no photos. So some of those recipes were actually much older recipes that I had old photos, which looked great at the time, but let's face it, the technology has changed since 2013, 2014, 2015. The cameras in our phones are so much better now, and people are used to better quality. I actually had kind of fun revisiting some older recipes that I made in my dehydrator a lot back in the day, but maybe not as much now. Although I have to say, my oatmeal chocolate chip cookies are always a fave. So thanks to my good friend Joey, who you remember as being the guy that sent me the tie-dye t-shirts that I've worn on the last few episodes. He sent me some vegan chocolate chips. Huzzah! So I took those and added them with the dried cherries that I'd gotten from my Imperfect Produce box and made the most delicious vegan oatmeal cookies in my dehydrator. So happy.
Whoa.
So I'm not gonna lie, I had those for breakfast almost every day last week, along with some citrus, keeping things balanced, and my cup of joe. Though I didn't really go out into Angie's coffee house that much, to be honest. And on the days that it was just too gloomy and cool outside, I stayed in and enjoyed my little breakfast snack with something fun like Run BTS or the To-Do show from Text. But when it was nice out, I was outside continuing to read my book, Where Angels Fear to Tread, and I've been enjoying it quite a bit. I actually had a quote that I want to share with you guys. So this is an answer to someone who said that they wanted to rail against society. Society is invincible to a certain degree, but your real life is your own, and nothing can touch it. There is no power on earth that can prevent your criticizing and despising mediocrity. Nothing that can stop you retreating into splendor and beauty, into the thoughts and beliefs that make the real life, the real you. I've got to say that is one of the ways that I've been dealing with, all of the negativity and the fear and anxiety of these times, is to remember to take time to enjoy the beauty and splendor of, say, my garden. I've been seeing so many little creatures outside in the garden, not only all the little mammals that I've shown you guys, but also so many flying creatures. There's been a lot of different varieties of bees and butterflies, and I was delighted when this little one alighted on a branch right in front of me, and I was able to zoom in and get a really nice image for you guys. Staying hydrated, how about you? During a heat wave, it's really important. So the other thing that I made in my dehydrator last week was my little carrot cake bites, which I haven't made in quite a while, but I had a lot of carrots on hand, and I found a package of a lower fat coconut shred, so I went for it. And wow, what a blast from the past. I've got to say, even just smelling this batter really brought back a lot of memories for me. I've been making these since 2012. Although I tend to make them most around the holidays. They make like a really nice little snack around Thanksgiving or Christmas. But as long as carrots and dates are available, you can make these anytime. So I decided to do the photo shoot with my carrot cakes outside of my garden. And when I was taking the pictures, Mr. Sugar came up to visit.
What's that? What's that? Why? Where'd you come from? Hello there. Oh, hi.
Sorry if the brightness is changing as you watch this. I've been noticing that my Diva ring, there it goes. has been brightening randomly on its own. I have no idea why. So as you guys know, I've been really staying home during this quarantine season. I really haven't been going out. We already work from home, so I don't leave for work. And I haven't been taking many walks in my neighborhood because it's been, our streets are really narrow and there's been way more people than usual outside. And there's just been a lot of activity in my neighborhood. So Ryan thought we would check out the Marine Stadium Riverway, I guess you'd call it. I was really lucky. It turned out there was hardly anybody out there on the afternoon that Ryan chose. And I was able to get a nice, I don't know, maybe 1.5 mile walk in, up and back. And the weather wasn't too bad either. It was nice. It was neither hot nor cold. I probably looked a little ridiculous because I've been rocking a bandana when I go out since I don't have a mask yet. But Ryan did order us some masks yesterday from Disneyland. Now, speaking of masks and safety during quarantine, I finally decided to make my own hand sanitizer because we haven't had any this whole time. I looked at some, recipes from like the CDC and WHO, and I cobbled together some ingredients that I had here at home, namely aloe vera gel, some rubbing alcohol, and hydrogen peroxide. And I mixed it all up in a glass container and poured it into like a pump bottle, and I think it turned out okay. Hopefully it will do some good. Hey. Now I have heard that the rubbing alcohol to be used should be of the I don't know what you say, the highest quality isn't what I'm looking for, but like the highest number, and I just kind of have the standard kind, so I'm not totally convinced that this will really kill all germs, but it's definitely better than nothing when we're out and about in town. And of course, as soon as we get home, we'll wash with soap and water, as we have been during this whole quarantine. I got a huge order from Imperfect Produce last week. Wow, it was a lot. And the cats were really excited.
Oh, what's going on, guys? Is it too much groceries, maybe? How about you, Jojo? I didn't show you the strawberries. You guys want to check them out? You want to know what the strawberries smell like? Oh my goodness, it's strawberry greens. Mm-hmm.
Oh. La 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 la. Oh, and this is exciting. So 2 weeks ago, I told you guys that when you sign up for Imperfect Produce, they give you a personalized code to share with your friends, family, and whoever. And it gives them $10 off their first order and gives you $10 in return. Well, today I had confirmation that it does actually work. So the first person I shared my code with was a pal on Instagram, First Marine Wife. And, it takes 2 weeks after you sign up to get your first order window. So she finally had her first order window, and indeed, she got her $10 off. And I got a receipt today showing that I got the $10 off as well. Huzzah! So I want to share that code with you guys again. If any of you guys were curious about checking out Imperfect Produce, please use my code. It'll give you $10 off and give me $10 off as well. Win-win. So this week I didn't get as much fun mail to share with you guys. I mean, how can I possibly have as much mail as I had the show before? That was crazy. But I am pretty excited that our friends Karma Nuts sent me a little care package of sorts in the form of their variety pack. How I've kept Ryan out of this, I have no idea. But the variety pack is still intact, and I thought I'd share it with you guys on the show. So they've got a bunch of different flavored cashews, and their cashews, I'm not even lying, they are the best cashews I've ever had in my life. Like, they've spoiled me now. I don't know if we first heard of Karma Nuts maybe from Vegan Cuts Box, and then we met them at the Natural Products Expo West the last 2 years, and we broke down, and they've hooked us up with some free cashews before. So I was really excited to get back in touch with them. It was last spring, I think, they had introduced some new flavors. I want to say Cocoa Dusted was one of them. Yeah, the golden turmeric nuts was one of the new products. I was all excited to see them again this year, but then of course, everything got canceled. You guys can actually buy this online from their website. Let's see, it includes sea salt, peri peri, this is a spicy one, peri peri roasted cashews, golden turmeric wrapped cashews. Oh, the wrapped cashews are to die for. You never see the skins on the cashews that you buy in stores. These are like literally the only people I've seen that do that. Toasted coconut roasted cashews, cinnamon wrapped cashews, yum. Cocoa Dusted are also wrapped cashews. So they do both raw and roasted cashews, and then wrapped and unwrapped. My favorite ones actually are a lime flavor, and I guess that's part of a second variety pack. So, all right, you all know that I'm a chocolate freak, so let's do the Cocoa Dusted. I honestly don't remember the last time I had a Cocoa Dusted cashew from Carmenette's. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, this reminds me, did you guys see our Vegan Cuts box opening last week? That was pretty funny. That was one of the other things that I did last week. I did all the editing on that one. Cocoa Dusted, yum. So good, you guys. Honestly, even just their plain cashews, either the raw or the roasted with the skins on, so good. Let's go for a spicy. I don't remember last time I had a peri peri one either. Ooh, wow, that has really got a kick. It's kind of nice after the chocolate to have a little spice. Oh my god, it's seriously so good. Alright, I'm starting to feel a little guilty now. Poor Ryan. Oh, and I forgot to bring one in, but I also got a couple of the big jars of the jumbo raw cashews. So freaking good. I literally have to like hide those from Ryan when I want to use them for sauces. Cashews do not last long in Ryan's presence, I gotta say. But so I had a lot of fun cooking with those last week. Before I get into sharing the footage of the recipes that I made, I just want to let you know that Carmenette's gave me a promo code to give you guys 15 HHV. Ooh, so I was really excited about how this one recipe turned out using Carmenette's raw jumbo cashews. Oh my god. I was trying to figure out how they made the sea salad at Allah. I actually have no idea what the ingredients are at the restaurant, but so I came up with my own version. But it's basically, I don't want to give away too much, but it's like cashews and tahini and seaweed and flavorings, and it's thick and creamy and so delicious. Cheesy. In all honesty, it is a lot like the sauce that I use on my kale chips. And I was initially using it to make a salad, like I said, with greens and sea veggies and tomatoes and seeds and seaweed and and kimchi. That was how I originally did it, like the alak salad. But this time I used it for some nori rolls, and oh my god, it was so good. So as you know, we've been eating a lot of heavier things. Rice, beans, potatoes, sweet potatoes, yada yada, pasta. So I've been really craving like a lot of greens and veggies to kind of balance that out and have like a change of pace. So I thought nori rolls would be the total solution, and boy was I right. So, but to make my nori rolls not only a little tastier, but also a little more filling, I thought the sea sauce would be amazing to just drizzle inside and then to dip the rolls in. And oh my God, Ryan was so excited. It was the best lunch we've had in a while. So I tried rolling them 2 ways. I did hand roll style, which is kind of like a cone, and then I did a more traditional roll style, but instead of cutting them into bite-sized pieces, just cut them in half. I gotta say, the cone didn't look quite as pretty. And even after our lunch, we still had excess sauce, and it was super good to just dip veggies in it and munch it down. And then the day after I made nori rolls, I made spring rolls, which are a completely different type of roll. They require more work, And I guess they're a little more toothsome in some ways. Instead of a seaweed wrapper, they use a rice paper wrapper. The fillings are usually pretty different in a spring roll. It doesn't have to be, it can be just veggies, but it's pretty traditional to put noodles in them. Now, I had done a recipe demo, gosh, I want to say last year, maybe a year and a half ago for these. And at the time I used my Foon noodles, but I happen to have some noodles from Koyo that they had sent me last year, but I decided to use those this time. And then, just as I had done in the recipe demo, I made a delicious peanut sauce to go with it, which has a little bit of a lime and a little bit of spice. And I used a defatted peanut butter powder to help cut down on some of the fat, but it was really delicious. And once again, Ryan was super stoked. Now, I gotta say, these are a lot more difficult to make than nori rolls. They get so sticky when you roll them, and my first batch I was not happy with them. They were not photo ready. But then right when I thought I was going to give up, I took a small break, came back to it, and I rolled like 3 or 4 perfect rolls and got my photo. So I think it's safe to say this will be going in the recipe book. And then the final meal I wanted to share with you guys is kind of a classic dinner meal for me. I like making this because there's so much of it that I can have some for dinner one day and then have the rest of it for lunch the next day, which worked out perfectly for being able to get photographs for the cookbook, since it's usually too dark at night to get a really good shot. So anyways, I'm calling it a cheesy broccoli chowder, though of course all the cheesiness comes from nutritional yeast. But it's just one of my kind of classic potato-based soups. This one's highly blended. It's simple, but very nutritious and delicious. And it's so hard to get a good picture of it, but I really tried. So I have to admit, I think one of the reasons I really threw myself into my work last week is because I was kind of sad. And I mean, I feel silly to even talk about it on the show because I know it's not that important, but you guys know I love BTS, right? There they are right there. BTS have really meant a lot to me over the last year. Ryan and I got to see them at the Rose Bowl last May and had such a good time. And then the very next day was Veg Fest, and that was exactly what the plan was for this year. We were going to see BTS on Saturday night, and then we were going to do Veg Fest on Sunday. And, because of everything that's happening right now, both of those things were canceled. And that was really the one weekend I was like, I was really looking forward to it. And, I made a vlog about how I got the tickets. It was my first time ever having the Army membership. And so I was going through the whole process of getting the tickets like 2 days in advance of the public sale. And I didn't get the best tickets, but I got good tickets. I got floor seats off to the side and kind of back a little bit, like a lot closer than we were last year. And so I was like really amped, but the whole tour is canceled, obviously. The way things are going, who knows when we're going to be able to have like stadium-sized tours from international artists come through. It's not clear at all. If it'll even be rescheduled next year. And I was just so excited to hear all their brand new songs being performed. Jungkook doing his new solo song, My Time. And anyway, so I was just trying to not think about it. So I just did a lot of work, and it's all stuff that I know is going to make you guys really happy when I'm done with the book. And I know the photographs are like inspiring you guys on Instagram and stuff. So I was just trying to keep my spirits up, but it was hard. So fellow vegan army, let me know in the comments down below if you had tickets to any of the shows. And feel free to share how you're feeling. It's a safe space here. I will delete any haters. Race lover, quit teasing me about BTS. Just let me know how you guys are doing your quarantine, if you're being able to find food, if you're able to find some place to exercise with proper social distancing, if you're able to find masks and hand sanitizer and toilet paper and everything. I want to know. Let's discuss in the comments below. This shirt reminds me, we are completely out of the purple tank tops, so I wanted to get like a non-gender specific t-shirt for the summertime. So it's going to be the classic logo in white on a dark gray heathered muscle tee. We just ordered them last week. We also ordered more of the black short sleeve t-shirts with white ink. Our printer said it's going to be a while till he's able to get any of those tie-dyes in because they're actually, you know, hand tie-dyed here in the USA. But he'll have the muscle tees and the short sleeve t-shirts, I think, in a week or two. So stay tuned. I'll definitely announce it on Instagram, and I'll try to remember to post it in the community tab as well. So as always, make sure to like this video if you're into it. Share it with a friend. Hit the button so you know when we're going live, because we've been live premiering a lot of stuff lately. We've been live premiering every video lately. It's always fun to chat with you guys as it's playing. And I guess that's about it. Until next time, keep it carb, baby. Keep it carb. Miracle Monday.
What's going on here?
Bodhi loves me.
Yeah. Look at baby.
He's a great baby son to have. My baby.
Jojo's over here. Look at your face. Look at your face. Oh, yes, Jojo. Jojo.